So today's video is the I-864 Affidavit of Support under Section 213 of the INA. So, I'll search on our site sa uscis.gov.gov. Just type 864. Okay, so may 864A, easy. So, we will proceed to this one. Okay, and there you go. Click this part. There's a form and there's instructions. Okay, so now... Oh, okay. So that's the instructions. So to the form... So we will just click this one, download. Then once we download it, then for this affidavit of support, we need the Adobe. Okay, so usually lagi kong pinapakita sa inyo yung dito lang ako nag-edit sa my forms, pero we need Adobe, and then later on you will know why. So ayun na nga. So, let's start first. So, it's total of 12 pages. So, let's double check yung, okay, yung edition date niya is 10/31, October 31, 2027. And, yung, edition niya is 10/17, which is all same sa akin. Okay, so now, let's move on first kung ano yung, ito na nga, sa under ng pagpiliin. Kapag na-click nyo yung forms or na pumunta na kayo dito sa website ng I-864, makikita nyo na yung mga checklist required, initial evidence, where to file, filing fee, at form filing tips, special instructions, at yung related links mismo. Okay, to complete. So, medyo, itong form na to, medyo tricky. So, kung ano lang yung sa akin, then, yun lang yung muna yung ano natin. Actually, nag-prepare din ako ng I-864A para sa co-sponsor yun ng ano, since, pero nagawan ko ng paraan para hindi na ako pa-process ng another paperwork. So, I will tell you the trick later on. So, it's total 12 pages. So, hindi ko na siya iisa-isahin tulad ng mga ginawa ko sa mga previous na vlog ko kasi, ng mga videos kasi medyo mahaba na nga yun. So, ang diretso na tayo sa forms. So, ang form size total 12 pages siya. So, same thing like what I mentioned, na dapat kailangan laging tugma yung edition and expiration dito sa mismong website na to. Kaya pinakita ko sa inyo. So, okay naman yung akin. So, kailangan walang mawawala kasi gaya na nga ng sabi dito sa website, talagang i-deny daw nila or yung papers kapag may kulang na mga pages. Okay? So, also, for this one, don't forget, kasi yung ibang mga vlogger nakakalimutan yung magpasa nitong G1145. Okay? Hindi naman siya mandatory, hindi rin naman siya optional naman siya. Kung gusto mo lang makareceive ng text messages or email na na-receive na nila yung form mo, so, mas maganda na meron ka nito. So, itong I-864 ay wala siyang bayad, no payment. So, ito ay si petitioner. Yung petitioner mo yung magpe-prepare dapat nitong form na to at siya din ang pipirma. So, dahil since yun sa asawa ko, hindi siya alam ko lahat ng details, siningi ko lang lahat ng mga documents. So, ako na mismo yung ginawa niya lang talaga, pinirmahan niya lang. So, let's do this. So, it's total, like what I said, 12 pages. Yung G1145 nasa harap ng forms ko, dun siya ilalagay. At dito na natin siya ipoproceed sa page 1. So, pupunta tayo, like what I said, pupunta tayo dito sa may Adobe. Okay? Kasi nga, later on, you will find out bakit kailangan ng Adobe. Okay. So now, let's go here. Okay. So, nag-download lang ako ng Adobe. And then, you will see it from here. So, let's start from here. Kasi ito ay para sa USCIS only. Okay. So, let's start here. Ayan. Okay. So, now, part 1, basic for filing affidavit of support. So, they're asking you select only one box. So, please do not select multiple answers. So, there is 1A to F. So, basically, si hubby mo or si petitioner, i-click ito. I am the petitioner. I filed or am filing for the immigration of my relative. Okay? So, hindi ka, I filed an alien worker. So, hindi siya magpa-file sa alien worker. Hindi din sa I have an ownership. I am the only joint sponsor, and I am or the first, second of two joint sponsor, or the original petitioner is deceased. So, usually dito sa 1E, lagi parang confusing. So, hindi mo ilalagay na I am the first, two joint sponsor kung meron kang dalawang. So, usually ganyan ang ginagawa. So, ginagawa nila yan kapag ang alam nila na kung meron silang co-sponsor. So, we're not doing that one. We are clicking on this one. I am the petitioner. So, once again, double check these instructions. Itong mga instructions na to, ito yung makakatulong para sa pag-fill out ng paper nyo. So, once again, medyo tricky itong part na to. So, please check the guidance from the instructions. Okay, so ito yung akin. I am the petitioner and file for I'm filing. So once again, fill out sponsor's full name. So gagamitin natin si John Doe na usually ginagamit ng lahat. So Doe, and the first name is John. Caps lock ako. So there you go. So, makikita nyo, pag nag-fill out ako dito, automatic ito magre-reflect doon sa last pages, sa additional information. Unlike doon sa ginawa ko nung una, kapag nagta-type ako dito, hindi nagre-reflect doon sa additional information. Kaya mas maganda yung Adobe. Okay, next is second page. We move on for the second page, which is the pagpasensyahan ng background kasi nanonood. So, nandito kami sa kwarto ngayon. So, nanonood siya ng kanyang basketball. So, meron tayong background niyan. Anyway, kasi play off. Alright. So, next is the sponsors, street number, and so, once again, province, you don't have to. So, just fill out. Then, USA. Then, zip code right here. So, hindi ko na siya fill up as is naman to kasi it's very basic. So, next, para hindi mahaba yung video. So, anuhin ko na siya. I-clickan ko na. So, next is if your current mailing address the same as physical address, then we click yes. Kung parehas lang sa mailing address mo. If you answered no, then provide the physical address. Kung nag-provide ka ng no, you have to write again here kung ano yung mismong mailing address nyo. Next, other information, country of domicile. So, we will put USA. And the date of birth, write the date of birth and country of birth. Okay? Don't forget yung social security number ni hubby mo. So, dapat meron siyang social security number. Ngayon, ano ang immigration status? Sorry, lagi ko sasabi yung hubby. Petitioner. Kung ano ang immigration status ni petitioner, then, we'll say, he or she is a US citizen. Sponsors a number. So, ito, kung meron, since ang asawa ko walang, ang spouse ko is US citizen. So, wala siyang A number. And USCIS online account. Now, ngayon ang tinatanong dito, currently on active duty para sa Armed Forces or US Coast Guard. No. Okay, now let's proceed on page 2 or page 3. Buti nga 12 pages lang to. So, ayun na nga. Sorry at dito ako nagva-vlog sa room namin. Kasi wala lang, sale ko lang. Kaya tamad akong lumabas ng kwarto. Diba? Okay, next is ano ba yung part 3? Principal immigrant's full legal name. Okay. So, tinutukoy niyan is ikaw or yung beneficiary. Do not provide a nickname, so make sure yung mismong ano niya, name. So, dito I see Doe. Ito na yung si Jane. And Jane. Okay. Next, kung may middle name, kung gusto mong include yung middle name nung yung last name nung ikaw ay dalaga. So, ako ginawa ko, yes. Okay. So, ganyan. Halimbawa lang yung Legaspi. Tapos, kung same, current mailing address. So, kung ano yung address. So, usually, dapat parehas kayo ng address ng asawa mo. So, ilalagay mo lang dyan. Then, country. Don't forget yung country. USA at yung zip code. Yeah, leave it blank kung walang province, gaya ng akin. Tapos yung postal code. So, disregard yan. Tapos, ano yung country of citizenship. Yung from the Philippines. So, Philippines. Then, date of birth. Wala akong alien registration number at USCIS. Tapos kung ano yung daytime number ng applicants. Kunyari lang yan. Okay? Next. Now, part 4, information about the immigrants you are sponsoring. So, dito I am sponsoring the principal immigrant name, part 3, na ikaw yan. I am, if yes, I am sponsoring family members. In part 4, as the second joint sponsor, or I am sponsoring the family members who are immigrating more than 6 months after the principal immigrants. So, yes or no. And then, I am sponsoring the following at the same time or within 6 months of the principal. List family, do not include any listed on a separate visa. So, ang So, dito, ang sagot na inilagay ko is yes, I am sponsoring. So, the family members in part 4, as the second joint sponsor, or I am sponsoring family members who are immigrating more than 6 months after the principal immigrant. So, hindi ito or in part 3. Or nakalagay dito, do not include. So, next, family member number 1, because yun na nga, for the item number 4 to 7. Kasi ito, list family members, item 4 to 7, do not include relative listed on a separate visa petition. So, ayun na nga, ito ay para dito. Since family member 1, family member 2, hindi natin i-sponsorin yung ibang other family. Ikaw lang ang tinutukoy. So, it means ikaw lang to, ang number 1. I'm sponsoring the principal immigrant named in part 3. Alright? Okay, next. So, we will skip that part. Then, we moved on to page number 4, which is, wala tayo dito dahil ito yung mga family member. So, we will proceed. We skip page 4 and then we will proceed to number 5. So, now, dito nagagamit si Adobe. Why? Bakit ko sinabing si Adobe? Kasi nga, na dapat talagang merong Adobe dahil mag-automatic to. So, ngayon, ito, as you can see, number 1, as is na siya kasi ikaw ay, if you are married, enter 1. So, yourself. You're including yourself. Now, we're talking about here, household size. Dun sa 485, tinanong din yan yung household size. So, it doesn't matter kung magkaparehas to or yung doon. So, now, do not count any member of your household more than once. So, next, here, is enter the total immigrants you are sponsoring on this affidavit, which include the principal immigrant listed in part 3. So, nilagay mo yung pangalan mo doon sa part 3. Remember? And then, any immigrants listed in 4 items, 4 to 7, any additional sponsored immigrants you listed in part sponsored immigrants you listed in part 11 additional. Do not count the principal immigrants if you're only sponsoring family members entering more than 6 months after the principal immigrant. So, basically, ilalagay mo lang dito yung number 1, which is yung asawa mo. Now, dito, if you are currently so dito yung usually yung confusing. If you are currently married, enter 1 for your spouse. So, dito, remember, ang tanong, ang sabi dito, do not, ang nakalagay dito, is if you have already counted your spouse in item number 1, enter 0. Kasi nga, in-include na natin yung spouse dito. So, dito ay 0. And then, 0 din dito kasi wala namang dependent children. Next, if you have sponsored any other person on I-864 or easy, wala. Then, if you have sponsored any other form, dito pala, if you have any other dependents or the other number here. So 0 and 0. So if you have siblings, parents, or adult with the same principal who are combining their income. So now, kung merong magko-combine ng income sa'yo dahil nga hindi dito sa item na to, kung hindi sapat yung income ng spouse mo, so kailangan, kung gagamit siya ng support or co-sponsor from there, so kunyari siblings, parents, or adult children na same residence, kung saan kayo nakatira, same residence. So kung i-combine nila yung income kasama ng asawa mo, then you will put numbers here. For example, the father or the mother, so 1, and you will put here. So as you can see, it changes the household size kasi nga nag-additional 1 ka dahil yung father or mother or anyone na kasama sa bahay ninyo gustong mag-include ng household ng income or mag-combine para ma-meet yung poverty guidelines. So since sa part namin na-meet naman, so we will just put here 0. Then it changes to 2. So yan yung ng Adobe. So it will automatically na magka-count para sa iyo. Next, sponsors income, employment and income. So if yung sponsor or petitioner is employed, then employed. So like what I said, yung asawa ko nga sa cruise line din. So kung anong cruise line yan, lalagay mo kung saan, employed as kung ano yung work, kung ano yung job niya, and then name of employer, tapos name of employer to if applicable. Okay? Kung self-employed, ito yung i-check as an occupation kung anong trabaho. Ngayon, my current individual income. So, ano ang current annual individual? Ito ay isang estimated lang. Estimated kung magkano ang kinita ng yung annual income ng asawa mo. So, for example, yung annual income is, enter only the number. So, you don't have to write, include the comma. So, 50,000. Then, enter. So now, sponsors, employment, and income. So number 6. So this one will continue dito. Kung ito, naglagay ka ng number 1, kung sino yung magko-combine ng income kasama ng asawa mo or ng spouse mo. Pero kailangan, kung sino man yung nakalagay dito, number 1, kailangan nilang mag-submit ng form I-864A. Pag-uusapan natin yan, gaya nga ng sanabi ko, dapat magkakaroon ako ng co-sponsor I-864A, but since nakaya naman namin yung ma-meet yung poverty guidelines, so hindi na namin tinuloy yung 864A para hindi masyadong maraming papers or forms para na isasubmit namin. Okay, so next is we will include, so kung sino man yung nilagay mo dyan, ilalagay mo yung name, kung anong relationship, father, mother, tsaka kung ano yung current income. Kapag naglagay ka dyan ng pera, kunyari lang ha, 12,000 yung annual income, so mag-additional yan dito. Okay? Kita nyo, naging 62,000 kasi 50,000 yung dito, tapos 62,000 yung napunta dito. Pero since wala tayong dinagdag, so wala. So here, dito sa, pwede nyo din, kung babasahin nyo yung instructions, pwede nyo din i-include yung, kung i-include mo yung income ng asawa mo or yung beneficiary, so hindi niya na kailangan mag fill out ng I-864A. So ako, kumikita ako ng dollars, so dapat ilalagay ko yung akin. Ilalagay ko yung income ko kasi kumikita ako ng dollars. However, kahit na kumikita ako ng dollars, hindi ako nakakaltasan ng tax kasi nga seafarer ako, foreigner ako, tapos even though na yung ano ko yung ang may-ari ng kumpanya is US citizen, and then kahit tapos nakabase sa US, walang kaltas ang mga foreigner when it comes to tax. Yung USC lang ang may taxes sa ganun. So ako nahihira, kahit na dollars nga yung ano ko, kahit gusto kong i-contribute, kailangan kong mag-present ng tax return, W2, which I don't have, so hindi ko na siya sinama. Okay? So hindi ko na siya sinama, so double check when it comes to like that, double check yung instructions or double check na pag ganito, munti ka na nga akong kumuha ng lawyer sa ganito. Pero kung kaya naman ng ganito ng way, yung papakita ko sa inyo na kung kaya lang i-support ng annual income ng asawa nyo, then that's totally fine. So let's move on. Next is, so this one is 0. So nag-move, bumalik siya ng 50,000. Okay, now let's move on to the next. Have you filed the federal income tax for each of the 3 most recent years? Make sure yes. Okay, it's very important. So, ito na nga, hindi na natin to ilalagay. Nakalagay nga dito, the people listed in 8 to 11, ayan, 8 to 11, have completed form I-864A. Gaya nga ng sinabi ko, kung merong magko-combine ng pera sa income, kung hindi sapat yung annual income. Kunyari, alimbawa, si spouse is a student or gano'n na nga, so unemployed, so kailangan siya kumuha ng co-sponsor na nakatira same sa residence, same living sa same address nila, tapos ayun nga, pipirman, kailangan nilang mag-fill out ng I-864A, and kailangan nilang ipakita yung mga supporting evidence like yung tax return, 1090 kapag employment benefits or something, or kapag unemployed, tapos or kapag ano naman, kapag self-employed or meron kang tawag dito, kung merong business, so yun mas complicated kasi mas may ipapakitang mga form or something. So please double check the instructions, kasi yung sa akin dapat ang iaano ko yung stepdad niya, so ang daming stepdad ng asawa ko, so ang daming kung hiningi na ano paperwork sa kanya kasi nga business, may business yung tatay niya. Since super complicated, hindi ko na Kasi ang daming paperworks noon. Kasi nga, mayroong, ano siya, self-employed. Okay? Now, let's move on to number 7. Okay, now, here is the 16. If you applied for most recent year, which is ngayon, mag-a-apply ka ng 2025. So, dapat dito, 2024, 2023, then 2022. So, yan dapat ang ipapakita mo. So, kailangan meron yang total income or adjusted. So, from IRS, yung 1040. Ngayon, saan mo makikita tong total income? So, itong total income sa 1040, makikita mo, kukunin mo yung line number 9. Okay? So, once again, sa page number. So, ito yung sample ng ng 1040. So, makikita mo, ito ay kukunin mo, ayan, number 9. Sorry. Ito dapat add lines and then total income. Kung anong total income dito sa number 9 na to, sorry malabo sa number 9, yun ang ilalagay mo dito sa number na to. So, for example, total income, 30,000, the next, 40,000, oops, 40, 20, then 20. Okay, 30 ulit. So, just only example. So, magiging ganyan yan. Okay? So, next. So, here, add together the household member assets reported on the list. All the forms A, and then item number 6, which is dapat dito. Part 4, item number 6. Isa na yung part 4. Item number 6 and then anong part to? Sorry parang okay. Sorry. Kaya pala sabi ko parang naguluhan ako. Okay. So now next, enter the balance of the savings. So kung merong So kunyari ito, kung gusto mo lang mag-include use of assets to supplement income if applicable. Kung hindi sapat yung ito. Yan Kung hindi sapat yung sa Federal Poverty Guidelines, ngayon i-drop down ko sa comment below kung paano i-check yung household size. Kunyari, household size of 2, kung magkano. Ang kukunin nyo is 125%. So, hindi, kasi meron dong 100%, kasi alam ko sa pang-military yun, then merong 125%. So, depende kung saang state kayo. Merong Hawaii na mas mataas, meron din yung isa. Kalimutan ko isang state. Then the rest, kung lahat yun, 48 countries, kung nandoon ka sa 48 countries, andun yung specific. 125%. So, household 2, if I'm not mistaken, 26,000. So, kung ito, ang nilagay natin is 30,000 kasi sa total income is pasok. So, we don't need to put anything here. Okay? We leave it blank. Tapos, pero, nakalagay dito, dito ko napahinto. Sorry. Sa number 5. So, your household member who are combining their income with yours, report their assets on Form I-864A Part 4 in item number 6. So, kung yung household members gusto mag-combine ng asset nila, ililista nila yun sa Form I-864 ng Part 4 item number 6. Okay? So, hindi mo siya i-combine dito. Ito yung sayo lang. Now, sure, ang tanong, paano kung hindi sumakto, kung below poverty guidelines, tapos gusto mong gumamit ng asset? So, for example, ito ay 20,000 only. So, ito 2020 lang. 20,000. Iyang total income, 20,000. So, ang mangyayari niyan, magiging below poverty guidelines kayo. So, ngayon, gagamit ka ng assets. So, ito, enter the balance of all cash savings and checking accounts. So, nakalagay dito, if your income or the total income for you and your household from Part 6, item number 12 or 16, item number 12 or 16 exceeds the federal poverty guidelines for you are not required to complete in this Part 7 and skip to Part 8. So, dediretso ka. Pero kung hindi siya nag-exceeds, kung kulang, so gagamit ka nitong assets, pwede naman. So, pwede yung savings or your checking accounts. Kung meron kang pera sa account mo, so, magiging, if you want to put 20,000, so magiging pasok yung pera mo. So, automatic yan. Add together from 1 to 3. So, nakita nyo, automatic siyang pumupunta dito. Kasi kung mag-enter net cash value, real estate. So, net value means assessed value minus mortgage debt. So, kung may mga sasakyan kayo, or ito, kung may stocks, funds, certificate, and any other assets not already included in item number 1 and item number 2, you can put it here. So, ayan, kung gusto nyong isama yung savings nyo, then go ahead. Alright? Now, but pag sinama nyo ito, yung savings nyo, kailangan meron kayong ipapakita na yung bank statements, tapos yung ano pa ba, deposit slips ng or bank, hindi nila in-indicate kung kailangan 11 months or 12 bank account summary. So ayun, so depende sa'yo kung gusto mo ng 6 months or 12 months. Okay, next. So as you can see, nakalagay dito add together, so automatic siyang papasok dito sa 4, 5, 6. Enter the balance, checking. So, yan, disregard that one. And automatic siyang papasok. Kung wala kang nilagay dito sa taas, then this one will goes to 0.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Just checking the gas.
So, if 0, so kung wala kayo nilagay, so wala din siya papasok. Pero kung pag nilagay kayo dito, add together the household size, and then papasok siya mismo. Add together item number, so automatic nagpapasok siya ng 4, 5, 9. Kasi pumasok 4, 3. Okay. Okay, now next is number 8, contract sponsor. And then, so ito, ibig sabihin lang is sponsor contract. Read the penalty section of the form IN64 before completing this part. So once again, make sure yung sponsor or yung petitioner, mababasa nila kung ano at ano yung mga ano niya. What if the legal effect on my signing form I-864? What if I choose not to sign form? What the signing form I-864 requires me to do. So make sure mababasa nila bago sila and meron pa yan dito. What if I do not fulfill my obligation? What other consequences are there? And what will this obligation, when will these obligations end? Then there's a note. Divorce does not terminate your obligations under form I-864. So make sure alam nila yan. So select the box, either A, item A, B, and item number 1 if applicable. Okay, so yung sponsor statement, I can read the English since si Habi ay US citizen. And then, sponsor state time, telephone number, email address, and mobile telephone number. And then, date of signatures and sponsor's signature. Okay, and if there's an interpreter, so once again, the signature, make sure sign it in the black ink. Then interpreters, and this one is additional informations kapag meron lalagay page number, part number, or item number. Okay, and after that, that's it for our I-864. So let me know kung meron kayong questions. So a bit confusing yung mga kapag hindi na-meet yung requirements, tapos kung mag-a-add kayo ng additional assets or maglalagay kayo ng household member. Pero kung wala naman, everything, yung 864 is basically bibigay ka lang ng support, which is ang common is W2s, yung 1040. So kung meron kayong same case katulad sa akin, so indicate ko din sa video kung ano yung cover letter ko doon dito sa I-864. So medyo makapal yung I-864 ko kasi marami akong evidence. So I think 5 letters ang in-include ko dito sa I-864. So please watch the video, baka meron kayong same na same case tulad sa akin. Okay, so hindi ko na siya iisahin kasi hahaba na naman tong video ko. So once again, thank you so much. Bye!